Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Rebel Rewind. My name's Christopher. That's Eric over there. How you doing tonight, Eric?
I'm doing awesome. How you doing today, Chris? How was your day? Busy?
Doing good. Busy, yeah. I just I ran in the door here. I got in here a couple minutes to 6:30 here, so I had to run upstairs and change real quick. So yeah,
You're
feeling a
here.
little
You're
bit
safe.
rushed today. I'm here. I'm safe. Yeah, yeah. I didn't hit any pedestrians on the way home, so that's good, right?
Yeah, that's always a good thing.
Yeah.
Zero incidents. That's awesome.
Zero incidents. But
Mhm.
how was your week?
It was a good week. It was a good week. Yep. Yep. So
Yeah,
training
yeah.
training a new employee. So
Okay.
yeah,
Hopefully not your replacement though, right?
no, I'm irreplaceable.
It's good to hear.
At least I think
Uh,
that way.
yeah, yeah. So I had a pretty good weekend. I went to Edmonton Expo. I got. I
Yeah.
think you probably saw on Instagram because I shared it with you
Yes.
guys
Yes.
in the
Yes.
the group that I got the photo op with Anthony Daniels there.
Yeah. Dude, that's amazing, man.
Yeah, and
That's
then
so cool.
Eric's favorite, this one here, like a bantha,
Like that. That's
right?
awesome.
Yeah.
Love it, man. Did you get
So
autographs too?
I did, yeah. I don't have them with me, otherwise
Sweet.
I'd show them. They're in the other room there.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Nice, man.
but I did get a couple autographs. I got Tamora's autograph and Eman Esfandi, the guy who played Ezra. I got his autograph.
I wasn't
So
meeting these legends, man.
dude, it's great. And so I don't want to go off too off topic. We'll get into the news in a moment here. But Anthony Daniels, I was watching the everyone who went in front of me, including myself, if they had a prop or if they were in costume, he'd hop out and from where he's supposed to stand, and he'd help pose him. He'd be like, "Here, put your blaster here, and stand this way," and then he'd go stand beside them, and
Dude,
yeah, it
that's
was
awesome.
pretty cool. Yeah,
That's awesome.
so I mean, you don't usually get a whole lot of time with the photo ops, but I mean, it's nice that he was kind of doing that and
Mm-hmm.
acknowledging people like that. So
So years
yeah,
of all that stuff
experience.
he's been doing. Yeah, experience
Right? Yeah,
conventions.
yeah.
That's cool.
So had a good
One of these
weekend.
days.
Yeah, but let's jump into the news here.
Right.
So the first one is an article from the Direct. So Disney Plus announced its first ever TV channel for Marvel and Star Wars movies and shows. So this is strictly, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how this will work out, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just a channel, a Disney Plus channel, um, with just Marvel and Star Wars content, which seems kind of weird because if you're subscribed to Disney Plus, then you're already getting that stuff anyways, right? So why would you want to watch a channel that's playing all of this stuff in no particular order? Like if you want to watch something, you just go to Disney Plus and
Yeah, you pick
watch that movie, right? So it doesn't really
exactly
make
what you're looking
sense.
for. Well,
Yeah.
it's something
So
that you don't have to really necessarily think about. If it's like
yeah, I
something,
guess
oh,
so.
I'm gonna
You can
click
throw it
onto the
on in
live
the
and see what's on there.
yeah, you can throw it on in the background and whatever, but
Yeah,
I don't know. Still, it's weird, right? If you're already
yeah.
subscribed to Disney Plus, it's not really anything any new any really real upgrade, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
but launching soon is a special brand new MCU and Star Wars focused channel on Disney Plus. Disney Plus has more than earned a seat at the streaming service table since kicking off in late 2019, boasting the entire Disney and Star Wars catalog and nearly all of Marvel's historical entries. The Mouse of House's all encompassing streaming strategy has largely paid off. It was previously reported in August that Disney Plus had plans to break into the around the clock streaming market, and it did not take them long to see those plans through. So they're starting with Disney with Marvel and Star Wars. So it will introduce four new always on live streaming channels this year. So you can just click on and either Star Wars or Marvel or one of those two shows or movies will be playing live all the time, and it'll just go through all that content there. Um, so these channels will be available to premium, no advertisement tier subscribers. So I don't know. Are you? You're not a premium subscriber, are you?
No, I'm not a premium. Just I have the advertisement online. So whenever when I'm watching like a live,
Yeah.
Like when they do like the newest drops, I got to go through the commercials, and that's that's one of the bummers of the commercials and stuff. But it's all good.
Yeah.
I get a lesser price than the premium. But I think this is interesting because I mean, if you want to watch something like specifically like original trilogies or the prequels, usually watch them like 1, 2, 3. But it'll give you something like, okay, I want to watch something a little bit different, or hey, maybe this Marvel movie will spark another interest. Oh, I haven't watched that one in a long time, and spark into you watching like going into the Marvel section and checking out some more of those movies. Like
I suppose. I don't know. It just seems weird to offer it for like a premium thing, right? Because like if I'm going in, I'm gonna pick. I want to pick which thing I'm watching, right?
Exactly.
I mean, I guess it's good for if you don't know what to watch, and then you're like, you know what, I don't know what I'm watching, but I do know I want to watch like a superhero kind of action movie. Then that makes sense. But other than that, I don't know. But yeah, that's the first bit of news. It's kind of different. But
I mean, it may spark interest in something else, watching something else. Sometimes you'll just watch all Star Wars movies, and then a Marvel movie come up, and then it's like, hey, I think I'll watch this.
Yeah, I mean, it could be good for people who maybe aren't diehard Star Wars fans or Marvel fans, right? And they're just like watching it all
just
randomly.
Action movie.
Yeah. So it could be good for that. But yeah. So that's the news for that. Yeah, apparently there could be more Marvel and Star Wars channels on the way. Disney Plus hits Heroes and Villains. Hits and Heroes channel shows a corp of Star Wars and Marvel stories mixed together. Then what about dedicated individual channels for both properties? Currently, Disney hasn't given a word on future live channels, but it stands to reason that if Hits and Heroes is successful, then Disney may divvy up the franchises. So, I mean,
I'm wondering if
I
wonder if they're going to be throwing Deadpool in the mix of the movies.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Yeah.
So,
all right. So we got some really juicy information here.
Juicy.
Yeah, really juicy. So, rumor here is that Jon Favreau's plan to save Star Wars with the Mandalorian Grogu film hits major snag. A new rumor claims that director Jon Favreau plans to save Star Wars from Lucasfilm with the Mandalorian Grogu movie has hit a major snag. In the WDW Pro show at the WD Pro YouTube channel, Pro revealed that the win was to get Baby Yoda in there and get the original trilogy characters in there because that's what's most popular and they know it. Even if it's a 5-minute cameo, get them in there and get plenty of screen time with Luke as well. Surprisingly, Harrison Ford, we're told, does not like the idea whatsoever. They're already into filming and was supposed to use CGI, so Ford was not really needed, but he needs to sign off. We're hearing is that he may not be a fan of putting the idea of the original trilogy characters together for some sort of CGI resurrection. He says, I don't know if it has to do with the idea of bringing Leia back and what this could be for Carrie Fisher's legacy. He says, I don't know. None of the details have been given to us. Only that Harrison Ford may not be interested in making this happen in the way that Favreau was hoping. WDW Pro later, while answering a super chat, says, I think enough money can be dangled that a lot of issues can be resolved. I kind of think that they're going to get the original trilogy back together again. WDW Pro previously shared information from one of his sources that Luke Skywalker would feature prominently in the movie. Pro continued that the source tells me that the delay from 2025 to 2026 was largely because they didn't believe that they could get the level Luke Skywalker that they wanted to use, which would be able to be completed in CGI form that will be realistic in appearance and all that in the time frame that they have been given. So this is like some really juicy information, getting the original trilogies back together for this Mandalorian and Grogu film.
Yeah.
And like I said, this is all pure speculation. I've looked at the website and their YouTube channel, and they got over 100,000 subscribers to their channel, so they may have some sources, that can leak some information like this. I don't know. It seems kind of interesting. This is some really juicy stuff right here.
Yeah, it would be cool if they did it. Do they need to bring all of them back? I mean, it would be nice. It would be very fan servicey, and I think that's what we need right now. Like we were talking with Peter last week, right? That's what the fandom needs, like the fan service right now. So give us all of that if they can. But
yeah,
I guess if Harrison can't do it, then just give us Luke and Leia.
Yeah. He seems like he doesn't want to sign off or using his.
Which is fine, right? I get it. But if they can do Luke and Leia, that'd be cool. Like Luke makes sense to be in the in this story, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, that's some juicy news for sure, especially if it come to fruition. So
yeah, but if we can get everybody back into something that we all love, we can not argue about.
Hopefully. Yeah, exactly.
Rally everybody together into something that we really like. So I think the majority of everybody loves the Mandalorian Grogu, the series. So.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm all for it if they were able to do this.
Yeah. All right. So next up, we've got some more.
Hey, Chris,
Lando.
We got any live
Donald Glover
chats?
Yeah. Patrick was in the chat. He was actually in a little bit early, around 6 o'clock. He was in half an hour early. So he said, "Give us the latest scoop." Mrs. Seriously Star Wars there said, "I missed the Mandalorian show. Need this movie."
Yes, me too.
Yeah, I agree. So next article, like I said, some more Lando Donald Glover news. What he really hopes to bring the Star Wars franchise with long delayed movie. So this was posted last September 17th, so last Wednesday, I think this was. So we first heard the plans of the Lando series back in 2020, and we've been hearing like a whole bunch of different rumors and stuff. So unfortunately, the show quickly got stuck in development hell, with Glover frequently left to dodge questions about whether he was going to reprise the role, first made famous by Billy D. Williams. So yeah, it's gone through a bunch of changes. So at the time now, at this moment, I guess it's going to be a movie. Donald Glover and his brother Steven have taken charge of that. And Donald was quoted as saying, "I just want it to be fun. As a Star Wars fan myself, I think it's important that there needs to be fun being had. It's very hard to have fun right now. It's tough because there are very serious things happening, and those are the only things that connect us weirdly. So I get why things are serious, but part of the human experience, I believe, is we have a responsibility to have enjoyment," Glover added. And I just feel like we are lacking in that department, which, yeah, I agree. It would be nice if we just got some fun movies and people would lighten up about, if this makes sense to them. Does this really, does this connect to George Lucas's Star Wars? Was this like part of his original vision and stuff like that? Like, it's just entertainment. It's sci-fi movies, entertainment. It shouldn't be more than that. Like, you don't have to. I feel like some people dig a little deeper than they need to and try and find flaws and stuff. So, but yeah, no, I'm hoping this movie gets made. Lando, like Donald Glover, did a great job as Lando.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do you think about this one?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm ready for some fun.
Bring back the fun, right?
Fun. Yeah. So let's see how he swindled his way to be somebody important right in Cloud City. So
yeah,
we get a little bit of backstory into that. And,
yeah. Patrick says, "Let's go." Hey, Patrick. More Lando, please. Yep. Yes. Right, and bring back Alden Ehrenreich as Han Solo. If they're gonna do like that time period, like the young Lando, bring back Han Solo for a couple of adventures, right?
Well, I'm not sure if they'll. Well, I think what they were trying to do with the Solo movie was to like maybe that's their space between Empire Strike Back. So
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll do another adventure before.
Yeah. Right. So who knows?
I like to see different places inside Cloud City.
Yeah. See how he comes into possession of Cloud City, right? On the big screen.
Okay, so now to my second story for tonight. A surprise new Anakin Obi-Wan Star Wars story just released. It says today, but this was like 3 or 4 days ago. So Star Wars has debuted a surprisingly new story about Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi. The story is set after the Phantom Menace and before Attack of the Clones, when Anakin's still a Jedi Padawan. So we don't get enough of this. We need more,
right.
So training with his Jedi Master. While making stories in the Star Wars canon following Anakin and Obi-Wan between Attack of the Clones or Revenge of the Sith, including the Clone Wars animated series and the novel Brotherhood by Mike Chan, there's not much stories set in the time period of the 10 years between the Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. The story was written by Bryce Q. Miller and narrated by Kevin Kemp. It's called Padawan Pride and been released via Audible. It follows Anakin and Obi-Wan infiltrating underground pod racing circuit to find a Republic spy who has believed to be a prisoner of the crime boss running the illegal operation. With Anakin posing as a pod racer and Obi-Wan posing as his attendant, the dual relationship is tested in new ways in this adventure that takes place 3 years after the Phantom Menace. So this is, I guess, Star Wars versus the Fast and the Furious. Sounds interesting. I'm all for it. I'd like to hear that.
Yeah. I'd like to get some more stories in that time period because we don't. That's like a big gap between when we left Anakin and Obi-Wan in Phantom Menace and when we pick up with them in Attack of the Clones. So, I mean, whether we get it in novels and stuff or whatever, but I mean, it would be kind of cool to get possibly like a series even. Like in animation, maybe like a Tales of the Jedi a game like that's a perfect outlet for stories like these. I feel like, but just getting these stories in some sort of format is really awesome, right? Because there's a lot of time.
So it says narrated by. So it says it was narrated by Kevin Kemp, but I'm not sure if it's going to be like if somebody else is going to be doing the voices of Anakin. Little Anakin and Obi-Wan Kenobi, so I'm not sure how that would be, but sounds interesting enough.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need more stories like in animation form. That'd be awesome too.
Yeah, like I said, Tales of the Jedi would be a perfect way to bring those stories in. Yeah. Yep. So next up, we got a story that's a rumor that the Star Wars Daisy Ridley movie could be on hold right now. It's rumored once again that it could be on hold, which this movie has had a lot of rumors saying it's on hold, it's not happening, it's happening, it's not happening, going back and forth. So this will be at least the fourth time it has been said that the flick might not happen. The most recent rumor comes via Daniel RPK. The scooper says the film needs more work and is now on hold. He also adds that the movie is not expected to start filming until 2025. So I'm guessing when he says that the film needs more work and is now on hold, that it's he's talking about the script possibly, because if it hasn't started filming yet, like that would be the thing that he's talking about. So yeah, Star Wars Holocron posted on their Twitter, their X, saying the new Jedi Order movie starring Daisy Ridley as Rey reportedly needs more work and is now on hold. It is not expected to start filming until 2025. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm not surprised that there's another rumor. I guess until we get some confirmation from Lucasfilm themselves, I'm just gonna let this one be. Right? I mean, if
Right.
they're taking a little bit of extra time to get this right, then I'm cool with that. But other than that, it's like, you know what? If I'm kind of, you know,
Yeah, it's like watching
it's
tennis
been flipping
back and
back.
forth.
Yeah, exactly. Tennis, back and forth, back and
Back
forth,
and forth.
back and forth.
So I don't know where
Uh,
the truth lies in this, but these are all
yeah,
speculations. So
yeah.
who knows? It may still be going forward. Who knows?
Shogun says, hello, how's it going? Hey, Shogun. Thanks for hopping in the chat. Two Sticky Bitches says, have a good night, boys. Break's over. Back to work for me. I'll enjoy the rest of your night. Mrs. Seriously Star Wars, I will see you when you get home. Yeah, so, yeah, it's just back and forth, like you said, tennis, back and forth. So, whatever. I'm done. I'm done with it, Like, it's... I'm sure it's
Till we
going to
get
make
some
it to
real
theaters.
confirmation.
Yeah, it's going to make it to theaters. I would imagine, right?
Yeah, I
until
think
we
it
get
would
confirmation.
eventually will.
Yeah, until we get confirmation from Disney either way, or Lucasfilm either way, that it's not happening or it is happening. I think it's just take all this stuff with a grain of salt, right? Pretty much.
2027 maybe.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's supposed to come out in 2026.
Yeah, all these pushing back, keep getting pushed back. Who knows? All right.
Yeah.
So on to my following story here. Star Wars brings back the Bad Batch for a new Clone Wars story. So the Bad Batch Disney Plus series may be over, but their adventures are continuing in comic book form. Announcing Star Wars Hyperspace Stories, The Bad Batch Ghost Agents is a 5-issue miniseries by writer Michael Moresi. Hyperspace Stories are a set of anthologies released by Dark Horse that covers different eras in the Star Wars timeline. Dark Horse acquired the license for Star Wars in 2022 while taking over the all ages line from IDW. I love the illustration on there, but I'm not sure. I think they said that wasn't an actual cover for it, but that's amazing artwork.
Still,
right there.
It's really nice artwork, and I'm not much of a comic book reader. Like, I got a stack of comics that I have and barely read any of them, but Dark Horse does put out some good comics, right? So I don't know if I'll pick it up, but it's cool. It's cool that we're getting these stories, though.
I think IDW did a line of some stories of Transformers, and I love the illustration from the covers. So I picked up a bunch of those. That was years ago, but they do some fantastic comic books.
Yeah. Patrick says more Bad Batch. Cool. Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. Give us these filler stories. Like, it's good that we're getting them in some sort of content. Like, it doesn't have to be television. It doesn't have to be movies. I would like it because, like, I'm not a big book reader. I'm not a big comic book reader. So it'd be nice if we got some stories in television, in Disney Plus or whatever. But it is good that we're getting these stories and other content as well. So
it'd be kind of cool if
fill in the gaps.
In, Star Wars theory style, do the the voices of these characters and like show the images of the comic book. That'd be kind of interesting to do. But
I think it could be cool.
The comic book shop and I see them.
Yeah, I'm on board as well. So next we have some news from comingsoon.net, and this one is saying that Star Wars Jedi 3 is confirmed and will conclude Cal Kestis' story. So Cal Kestis' story is coming to an end. It is confirmed by Respawn that they're currently working on Star Wars Jedi 3, and it will conclude the trilogy. So as reported by VGC at the EA's Investor Relations Day, President of EA Entertainment and Technology, Laura Meal, acknowledges the series' success and its impact on Star Wars fans. We have delivered some of the highest quality and best-selling Star Wars games of all time, with $5 billion in net bookings, Meal said. This impressive track record includes, of course, the Star Wars Jedi games, so Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor, and this third one will wrap that story up, which Meal confirms that it's in the works at Respawn and is the final chapter of Cal Kestis. So Star Wars Jedi 3 was unofficially confirmed through job postings last year, as a formal announcement for the new entry has not been revealed yet. So the Star Wars Jedi series has done fairly well critically. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order has a 79 on the Metacritic, which I guess is the I don't know. I'm not too sure what that is. I don't follow the whole gaming thing, but its sequel, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, has an 85. So I feel like that's pretty decent. 79 and 85 out of 100, not too bad. So yeah, that'll be coming out. I don't think it has a date for when it's supposed to be coming out, but they're working on it. So I would imagine 2026 maybe is my thoughts. So what are your thoughts? Because like I haven't played the other two yet. I would really like to.
I don't even have number one. I don't even have the first one.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing.
Everybody's got it, but I don't. I
gotta get a PlayStation 5. That's what I want to do, because I don't want to get like the first one on PS4, then upgrade my PlayStation, right? So I'm waiting to get a PS5, and then I'll go out and get those games.
I wonder if you can get the first game for PS5 if they do that.
I think you can get it for PS5. I think wasn't the second one released only on PlayStation 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah.
Well, that frees up Cameron's time. He can do a series or something, Star Wars series.
Yeah, cameo on season 2 of Kenobi or something. Cameo in the new Rey movie. Be one of the Jedi that are part of her academy. That'd be cool.
Yep. Make a little older.
Yeah. Patrick says I only have the first one, Fallen Order. Just got Outlaws and barely get time to play.
Nice. That's another one.
Did you upgrade? Did you upgrade your PlayStation, Patrick?
Oh.
Shogun says yes, please get a PlayStation 5. I'd be so happy. Yeah, eventually. I think this year we'll do it.
I got all the PlayStation consoles, and the first one I still have them all, but I don't have 5. I'll eventually get it. I will.
Yeah.
That's one game that I see everybody playing it, so I want to get into it. But
right.
Eventually, I will.
Yeah, but same. I say that, but who knows? We'll see if I got time.
Yeah, hey, there goes content right there. Live streaming the game.
Yeah. True.
All right. So, my last story. George Lucas' original Han Solo was actually a Jedi, and he wasn't even human. Han Solo was almost a completely different character altogether. George Lucas has been creating his story for years, carefully crafting the perfect character for what the narrative needed. In Lucas' original plan for Star Wars, Han Solo was far from the smuggler that the audience met in 1977. He was originally meant to be a hulking, green-skinned alien with existing ties to the Jedi. The Uralian version of Han Solo was a member of the Jedi Bendu. Ultimately, the Jedi Bendu concept was scrapped entirely, and Han Solo became an outlaw. But I like the fact that he is human. He is somebody relatable. His swagger, it's always such a great character, man. Han Solo is always great.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that's where they went with, and not the Uralian alien version of him, but even being a Jedi. It
would have been much different. It would have been much different, if Han Solo was a Jedi or an alien or both. It's like
I love his skepticism of the Force. The whole thing about him.
Yeah, that's part of who Han Solo is, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's no such thing as luck, right? Or no, that was ObiWan, right? He says that there's no such thing as luck.
Yeah.
But like,
Patrick.
yeah, his whole philosophy is what made him Han Solo.
Old pirate.
Yeah. Patrick says I have a PS5 for my daughter 2 Christmases ago. Okay. For some reason, I thought you had a PS4 still. I'm falling behind. Eric and I are being dragged behind. We're being left in the shadows.
Yes, sir.
Those Star Wars games go on sale on the online store for PlayStation 5 quite often. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, that's good to know.
Do they still do layaway?
Right?
Oh man.
I'll do like 100 payments, like 3-year payments of 3-year payment plan. $5 a month or something.
Right.
No.
And by the time PlayStation 5 will be obsolete.
Yeah. PS6 will be coming out by the time it's paid off. No, I'll get one eventually. It's just not a priority for me. Like, I'm not a big gamer, so sometimes I get really bored of playing video games. Like, the last video game I played quite a bit was Grand Theft Auto 5, and like I'll play it once in a while, like play the online. But I just get bored of doing the same game over and over again. It's just I don't know.
I'm
a little boring for me.
I'm an old schooler. I love playing Ark Survival. Love that
there
game.
You go.
Yeah, but it's on PlayStation 4. So
yeah. So
what you been working on, Chris? New videos? I see you've been doing like maybe one or two videos a day or something like that lately.
I mean, yeah, no, I dropped the con footage, the coverage of the Edmonton Expo there on the weekend. So yeah, those ones. I got my haul video coming out pretty soon. Other than that, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I've been lacking.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that does it for this week's news. A little bit shorter episode this week. Short and sweet. Got everything out.
Short, sweet, juicy.
Yeah, right. Yep. Good stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. So lots of cool news. I would be excited to see them bring Han Solo. Well, if they can get Harrison's approval, bring Han Solo in, bring Leia and Luke, and do a reunion, like the reunion that we didn't get in the sequel trilogy, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, it'd be kind of cool if maybe it's the money.
It could be. Yeah, I mean, people complain that we didn't get in the sequels, but there's a lot of time period that is in between Return of the Jedi and the Force Awakens, right? So they didn't necessarily have to bring them, have the three of them reunite in the sequel trilogy. It would have been cool. It would have been very fan servicey, but at the same time, it's like, you could tell those stories, and like, again, I'm going to go back to animation. Like, you could do Tales of the Jedi and have Luke Skywalker in a couple of his episodes meet up with Luke or Han and Leia. So at some point between Return of the Jedi and the Force Awakens, and you don't have to. It doesn't have to be in a movie, right? But if we do see it on the live screen, that would be cool, because I miss seeing Star Wars in the theaters on the live screen. I think that's what they need to get back to, and that would be great seeing like the first movie back in theaters, seeing Han and Leia and Luke all together, fighting Thrawn, or gearing up to fight Thrawn, right? So
we need something that's going to rally everybody together back into watching and loving Star Wars. Something that we can almost all agree on, because we're not going to agree on everything. Definitely not.
No. There's always going to be people who don't like it, no matter what they do. So, yeah. But I think that'll do it for this episode. If anyone wants to go deeper into the articles we talked about on this episode, they're all in the description below for you guys to check out. Remember to like and subscribe to both of our channels. Sire Speed Reviews, Seriously Star Wars. We both have Star Wars content coming out on the regular, or fairly regular, I think, anyways. So so subscribe to us, follow us on Instagram, Twitter. We're both on there as well, I think. But yeah, thanks everyone for hopping in the chat and joining us this evening, and we'll see everyone next episode.